You said you're from UNBC. Do you know we had a protest right there against the high-level CCP spy?
Yes, thanks to the work that this organization is doing, I'm aware of the protests that happened at UNBC. I'm aware of the drone that was set up by the Chinese Communist Party to spy on our school, and I'm working to fight back against this. I'm working with the people that I know at UNBC. I'm working with this organization to help fight back against this, to make sure that our schools don't get spied on, to make sure that our universities remain free, to make sure that our universities are a place where people can learn, where people can be free and have these values. I'm going to work with the local newspaper of the school. It's called The Retriever. I'm going to work with the administration officials at UMBC to make sure that they know that no amount of money, not even $15 million, should mean that these people should be at our school, should mean that these spies should be at our educational institutions, controlling what we learn and what we see. I'm so grateful for my parents, who both fled Cuba when they were about 11 years old. Because of them, I've been able to be in this great nation, but this great nation is now under attack by this Chinese Communist Party. My uncle, he was in prison in Cuba. He was left in a ditch with no water and no food because of his religious freedom, because he chose to be a pastor of a church and not attend the communist rallies that the country was putting on. The same thing that happened in Cuba, it can happen here. Don't think that because, this is America, that this cannot happen here. We have to make sure that we fight every day against all of these things. And just because the country is controlled by communists doesn't mean that the people are communists, doesn't mean that the Cubans are communists, doesn't mean that the Chinese people are communists. As we see here today, there's all these people talking, and one thing that really touches my heart is that all these people are fighting for freedom. It definitely should scare Americans that the Chinese Communist Party is using all of their resources, all of their money to attack Americans who are speaking out against this corrupt government and trying to get their agenda pushed into our nation, which should remain free. We need to make sure that institutions that are funded by money from the state, like the state of Maryland, the state of the federal government, cannot employ or have communist spies on campus and stuff like that. We need to make sure that the Chinese Communist Party cannot buy property next to military or anywhere, actually. It would be better if property is only owned by American citizens and residents of America. So I think all of these things and more stuff should be done in order to prevent the CCP from taking over. There is hope against this that we have in this fight. We know that we have actually God on our side, and there is a lot of hope, but the most important thing is, unfortunately, it's not going to happen if we don't fight. It's not going to happen if we remain on our couch, if we're not brave, if we're not courageous. This fight cannot be won just by staying at home, just by not being brave. So I encourage everyone to continue the bravery. It's not for nothing. It will not be for nothing.
Take down CCP!